Mobility mentoring is a coaching program that was developed in 2010 by Empath, which is a nonprofit organization. And it is backed by research in neuroscience, behavioral economics, and executive functioning. ECEAP, the Early Child Education and Assistance Program, has adopted this model since probably about 2018, and our staff work with families to create goals in different areas of their life, from family stability to well-being of their family and themselves, as well as financial management, education, and employment.
ECEAP for us was truly life-changing. I had my middle son, who's now 7, at a point where he couldn't even sit at a table if there were textures on his plate that he didn't like, to now he's thriving and has been in the top 1% of his classrooms. And when we started with ECEAP, we were seeing 7 different specialists. So that is truly like a complete turnaround for what we thought his trajectory might be. We stumbled upon ECEAP and learned of all of their wraparound services. That's how I heard about mobility mentoring. I'd never heard of it before.
Over 80% of our families participate in mobility mentoring. They could have goals as small as they want to cook for their family 3 times a week and sit down to have dinner together, or something as much as, I want to get a job or I want to go back to school.
The first time I went into a mobility mentoring session, I was a little overwhelmed. I felt like a little nervous, but as soon as I sat down, I felt a lot more comfortable. The staff on site kind of explained to me how the program works, that I don't need to have my shoulders tense and be all into my own mind, that I can kind of just put it down. When I got to this year, when I did the setup for the program, it was just so smooth. I knew what I was doing. I've done this 1,000 times. I don't feel self-conscious about my decisions. I don't feel like there's any judgment on me or my family about what I choose, and that this is a safe space and that I can pretty much put anything down and I'll have the resources for it.
There are so many aspects of the family support role. We are mentors for their personal goals. We are their first introduction to the ECEAP program with Pierce County. I think that just the end of the year, between seeing families that have reached their mobility mentoring goal and seeing those little kiddos get ready to take off to kindergarten who have been preparing through our preschool program, I'd say those are two of the most rewarding things. I really value the families that do put their trust in me as their mobility mentoring coach. It's very humbling.
Mobility mentoring goes outside of the very obvious items that people need to live: finding a job, finding housing, finding food. For me, it was not being anxious talking to other parents when I'm like, okay, yeah, that's my kid freaking out. It's fine. I'm fine, because it's just a really stressful situation. So I think for me, it was more just feeling comfortable in the surroundings and know that everyone was there to support us.
Mobility mentoring helped me achieve my goals by giving me resources, checkpoints, and support with the site staff to be able to get to that next goal. One of the main goals I had when I first started the program was that I wanted to gain employment. So we were income qualified the first couple of years with the first 3 kids, and I got a lot of resources, some work source things, and I was able to kind of staircase my way up to my current career.
I am extremely passionate about mobility mentoring. I think it offers families such great opportunities and staff the opportunity to work with families and build those relationships. The program impacts children through generational change. So as families are moving through this process and setting goals, moving through the process and obtaining those goals, they're making a better life for themselves, which in turn makes a better life for their children. Anything that improves the family will improve generational change for years to come.